Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you're doing well today. Thank you very much for stopping by. I just wanted to update you on where I am in April in terms of using velocity banking. Again, as a disclaimer, I'm a political economist. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an attorney nor a CPA. This is not for necessary educational purposes. These are my real numbers, so nothing you're about to see is theoretical. Again, this is not just for educational purposes. My numbers are my numbers, and it's not just theoretical. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see what we have. With the upcoming tariffs and some of the tariffs in place, it's probably going to have an impact on how I was budgeting and how I'm doing velocity banking. But just very briefly, let's go through the numbers. In terms of the most important thing that I'm really looking at is the amount of interest that I was charged for for March consumption. I'm paying the bill and then we have our minimum payment. So in March, the interest on everything that I accumulated was $1,022.38. So I'm running everything through credit cards so that I can get a better grip of where the money is going, and also just bring them down and use the HELOC to its fullest potential. In terms of April minimum payments, if you can see here, the minimum payments were $2,473.10. I included, just for historical reference, one of the mortgages that I paid off last year with Velocity Banking. So in general, under Velocity Banking, I'm taking my paycheck, rental income, any source of income I have, dumping it into this line of credit and trying to allow this line of credit to be maintained at a particular level for the month without using any of it. Okay. All right. So just going back and just looking at the numbers. Here you can see the credit limit is what I initially had just in general across the board, 313. Current credit card balance on balance of the credit that I have outstanding is now 175,596. I kind of like just threw in a limit column, and I'm keeping track of the due dates in terms of when I need to beat the payment by, but also the statement date in terms of when they report to the credit bureau. So I'm trying to make sure I stay on top of those things. And let me just move this screen around. Okay, come on. All right. And as you can see in the column, this is the interest rate, like 29.99%. Interest charge and the minimum payment. So these are the different interest rates that were charged to me in August. So that's $1,022.38 that I'm paying in interest and all of the payments. So the main thing about velocity banking, again, is that I'm trying to use that 9.25% interest rate to try to beat some of these other interest rates. The current interest rate on my HELOC is 9.25, and then that is an investor HELOC. So that is on one of my investment properties. Unlike some of you, you may be able to get a HELOC on a primary loan, which will make it a lot lower interest rate and break down your debt a lot quicker. Man, if I was able to get a HELOC on one of my properties as a primary, I could be possibly paying 6% in a revolving credit situation. So definitely consider yourself very blessed if you only have your primary home and you can get a line of credit to pay down your debt. You're in a sweet position. But at the same time, there's a cautionary tale in terms of the risk. You don't make the payment, you could lose your home. Unlike a credit card, you don't make a payment, it's not as difficult in general. One of the things that I'm happy about, and thank you very much for one of the viewers in general, going back to the Navy Federal card, I was taking out convenience loans on the Navy Federal card, and a viewer informed me as I already had a prepaid orange card. So now I am paying pretty much 0% on 1860 every month that I pull off my card. So although it's not a 0% card, the way that I'm liquidating the card from a Navy Federal green cash card to my orange card, I'm ending up paying a 0% loan every month. Previously, I was paying about 22% interest on the card, so now I'm down to zero. Last year, I paid 164 in interest using convenience check cash advance. There definitely could be some risk behind it, but at the end of the day, these are tools that you can use at the bank based on your lifestyle. For me, I generally live below my lifestyle. Um, I really don't do a lot of shopping. I'm not a big consumer. Most of my debt has been toward assets. So the credit cards have helped me to make repairs at my properties in general, and a vacation or two is thrown in there. What else that I wanted to point out? So hopefully next month, well, not hopefully next month, it should go down without putting additional charges on the card. And what I'm trying to do is use velocity banking. I'm taking my paycheck, dumping it into the 50,500 line of credit. I'm also taking the Navy Federal 1860, also dumping it into the line of credit. I'm also taking rental income and dumping it into the line of credit and trying my best not to have any withdrawals out of the line of credit so that I can get the reduction in the average daily balance. But sometimes I'm using a check to pull out of the HELOC, so I may not get as much savings from it. But in general, that's what I'm doing. All cash, all resources that I have is in this line of credit. I don't have a savings account. I do not have an emergency fund. If I need to have an emergency, I basically go to one of my credit cards and pull cash out and pay it back, knowing that I still have access to the HELOC. So again, I'm a political economist. These are my real world numbers. You may take it as educational purposes. I'm giving you receipts and showing you how I'm actually paying down my debt using the velocity banking methods. So thank you very much for stopping by and hope you have a great day. Bye-bye, everyone.